Yo, bro. Just wanted you to know I'm buzzed. Whatever comes out with this recording, just
No, that's good. I like that you're buzzed. You might actually let loose a little. You want
oh,
to just get
come
into it?
on. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
So,
Yep.
guys, I know we promised that the next video would be the platform, and we will record the platform. We will put it up, but it turned out that Akeem and I had both just seen Extraction, the on Netflix, the one with Chris Hemsworth, and we just decided to pop open a podcast and discuss it since we were about to anyway. So this is going to be, a discussion of that, and the platform is coming up. Don't worry. So, you want to start, or should I? Or
No, let me start. Let me start.
go
For a
for it.
change. I
Go
mean,
for it.
it's been a while. So, I'm going to be nice. It's like it's it's an action movie or thriller or whatever, so there's not much to expect from movies like this. You don't expect any depth or whatever. It's just supposed to be entertaining.
Hold on. I
So on
think
that
my
list from
internet.
Chris
Sorry to
Hemsworth
pause
is
you,
quite.
buddy. I think my internet is lagging. Hold on. Let me adjust the network. My bad,
That's cool.
guys. I'm gonna pause the video now and resuming. All right, buddy. Start over. My bad.
Oh, no worries. So what I was just saying, just in case that wasn't caught, was I mean, it's an action movie slash thriller, whatever it's classified as. So there's not much to expect from movies like this. You don't expect that much depth. With that being said, I'd say compared to other action movies that I've seen, I mean, over the years, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Like, I didn't dislike it, I didn't love it. So it's somewhere on that spectrum. Plus, I mean, it has Chris Hemsworth, who's quite charming and has presence. So, I mean, there's still something likable about the movie. Although, if you replace this character or replaced him with another actor who was probably less charming or as charming or whatever, it wouldn't really matter. Like, there was nothing special about the movie. With that being said, of course, I want to start with the things that I liked about the movie, which, for one, I loved the fight scenes, particularly the close quarters fight scenes, like hand-to-hand combat with the guns and stuff like that. It was basically like Chris Hemsworth doing his best John Wick impression. So that was pretty good. Then the car chase scenes, particularly one where he gets the kid, where he rescues the kid from the kidnappers and puts him in the, I don't know if it was a Benz or whatever, and they
The
start doing
trunk.
that.
Yeah.
The edit, the, yeah, the editing was dope. No, no, actually not the trunk. There was a scene where the kid was in the passenger seat
Oh, right,
and
right, right. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah, that was pretty good. So I really enjoyed that. I'm glad that at least they had that in the movie. Then, of course, the scene where Chris basically slaps the shit out of those kids. That was funny. That was nice to see. Like someone actually whooping kids' asses, and the way he bitch slapped
Yeah,
that
yeah. He
kid
said,
was
"Fuck off,"
so
and he
sweet.
slaps him.
So other than that, I like that they tried to throw a little bit of depth in there. Maybe it wasn't that they threw depth in there. Maybe it's just that I just caught it. But there was this recurring theme of fatherhood. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. Something I noticed towards the ending. I know I'm kind of going over it like haphazardly, but something I noticed towards the ending was that the score when he was on the bridge, when he was walking, when he knew he was definitely going to get shot, when he was walking towards, the extraction point or whatever, it sounded so similar to time in Inception.
Hmm.
So I don't know if we'll have time or, the viewers can go back and listen to that score by Hans Zimmer or whatever. It sounded like they were trying to make should I call it bootleg version or like, basically, okay, bootleg version is not but I just felt insulted when it
Right,
came on.
right.
Like, come on, man. It's like you're hitting all the notes. Like this is time. So But yeah, other than that, yeah, it was predictable. I appreciate something about the story though, or another thing about the story, which was that although it seemed kind of uninspired, I liked that they threw in that double cross. Like
Oh,
even
okay.
though it wasn't even though it wasn't like, I mean, we're used to movies that have double crosses. I like the fact that it was some cheapskate kind of double cross where it's like this big time drug dealer who's locked up in jail doesn't have the money to pay, so he's trying to be a cheapskate by having them do the job, fucking them over, and having this guy go and kidnap or basically steal his kid from the guys that are trying to extract his kid. So that was
Right,
dope.
right.
But that's pretty much all I can think of at this point,
You
that I
know,
liked or disliked.
I want to echo pretty much everything you said. So the recurring theme, I think the overarching theme of the film was family. Pretty much every single guy in that film had a son, and
Yeah,
then they were talking about the relationship of those sons, and then you have those kids on the street. You know, a figurative father for them is that drug dealer because they're basically following him blindly. So that really is the theme of the story. I gotta give mad props to Chris Hemsworth here. I mean, I knew he was a talented actor. I loved him in his other work, but genuinely, like that dude, this film, there's so much acting with just his eyes and the way he's genuinely talented. Like he's not here just to be a pretty boy or just to be a tough guy. And I think what you said is correct. If they replaced him with somebody else, I don't think I would have enjoyed the movie as much. I was watching it for his charisma and his skill
yeah,
and his everything. So that definitely, you know, helped sell the movie. I want to just highlight that initial that one. I mean, I'm a sucker for shots where things fall, and when Chris in the very early scene jumps off the cliff into the water, that was a beautifully made shot. That was a beautifully made shot because it watches him as he jumps. You see him far away as he jumps. Then the camera like zooms in and out, and then it made it so dynamic. Um, when he was sitting in the water, I could already tell that he had a bit of a death wish. For some reason, it just came to me. And then when the chick, I
yeah.
forget her name, she was all like, you're not you're waiting to die. You're
Nick.
looking for a reason to die." I'm like, all right, so I
Yeah,
guess I got the message. That scene where you were talking about it, where the kid was in the front of the Benz, that was beautiful because the director chose to show you the camera from the back. So I can't really see Chris Hemsworth. I can only hear him. But what it's making me see is seeing right through the windshield. So now I'm in the car with them. So
yeah,
that was the beauty of it because I noticed that too, and I was like, "Damn, this is different from most things." Because usually we see them where the windshield is, and we're looking at their faces, and I'm depending on their acting to show me the chaos. But now I don't give a
yeah,
shit about their face because I'm seeing the chaos and I'm seeing the kid freak out, but I'm not seeing Chris. I'm just hearing him, and it made me feel like I was in the back seat of that car, and that was a very clever thing for them to do. Um, I don't know if the story. I mean, there's nothing about the story I mean, it was a bit cheesy. I hate that everybody had to die except the kid. Like essentially,
yeah,
Chris died, Sanju died, everybody in Chris's team died. I should stop calling Chris Tyler. He's the character. Everybody in his team
yeah,
died. They ended up shooting the other guy. I'm like, I get it. I get it. Like they had to die for the plot. Like he had a death wish. He had to die. I'm not faulting it, but it was just a little like, all right, a little on the money. I like that they had the kid shoot Chris. Like that dude got his vengeance. You know what I mean? Like that was all right. I mean, it's a little frustrating because you spend the entire movie rooting for Chris, and then I should stop calling him
yeah,
Chris. Actually, fuck, I'm gonna call him Chris. You spend the entire movie rooting for him, and then this stupid kid is the one that shoots him after he takes off like what half the country. He shoots half the country. With these films, I wish what they did was they would show us some frustration by the government that this drug agency or drug cartel has literally just fucked up the entire country in a couple of days, and the police are infiltrated by it as well. Like I would just love to see
yeah,
some element of realism there because I can't imagine even a big drug cartel doing that much damage and the police just not interfering as well.
yeah.
Um, what else was I gonna say? There was something else that just slipped my mind right now. I didn't notice the music that you noticed, but I guess that's just because I don't remember the music from the other film that you mentioned. Um,
Yeah.
where was I? Damn, sorry, I lost my thoughts. It was a good film. I did enjoy Chris fighting those little kids, especially when he slaps the guy and he goes, fuck off. He said it in such an
No,
Aussie
I think he
accent.
said piss off. I
Piss
think he
off,
said
yeah,
piss off. Yeah,
piss off, yeah. It
which
was
made it
just,
fun. Which
it
made it
made it
funnier. Like you
hilarious.
heard the slap connect. Like, pash.
Piss off. Because it's just like, he's like, what the fuck? Because you can just see it in his eyes as he's acting. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, am I really just fighting kids right now? Like, he's so shocked. Just, it was pretty funny. Um, it did have a couple of
There
deep
was.
moments.
Go ahead.
It did have a couple of deep moments. The little kid asking him about his son and everything. I
I
knew that
kind of got pissed off at that. Like, I mean,
he
I'll let you
needed.
finish, but
I
that
get
kind of
why
it
you're
was
pissed off at
cheesy.
it. It was cheesy. It was predictable. But if you think about it, the film needed it because they needed a way to retell her story, and that's just the most obvious element there is to have the kid probe. Um, Having him stay with the friend, the dude with the beard that ended up double crossing him, I kind of saw that coming
You
a
knew that
mile
was
away.
gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to be attacked and this guy's going to die, or this guy's going to double cross him. Which is it? Like one
yeah.
or the other. And when he started double crossing, I'm like, yeah, I'll just start rolling my eyes. But like you said, it's a fun action film. So I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to. It's not supposed to be like some high class cinema or something where
Yeah.
it's not a psychological film. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I just the senseless murder, the number of people that died in this film, and look, I'm a dude that I enjoyed Taken, I enjoyed John Wick, so who am I to come shit on this film? But fucking half the country died because of what happened here. But yeah,
I mean, hey,
yeah, no,
go ahead.
I think it was a good film. I think it was well made. Mad props to Chris Hemsworth. I think he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the best film we're ever going to see, but if you guys have time to kill and you enjoy, or if you enjoy action movies, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, especially during these COVID-19 times, you don't have that many choices.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
either reruns or, you rewatching stuff, or I mean, you might as well just pop this in and just give it a shot. So
Yeah, that's it. I think that advice is if you're not really into action films. If you are an action guy, I think this is your jam. I think this will be right up your alley.
I don't know why when I was watching this at some point in time, I was like, you know what? It might be nice to have an Australian Batman. I'd like to see what that is. Like at least, even if someone just makes a short, like I'd like
We
to
did.
see Chris
We kind of
Hemsworth.
did.
No,
But not.
we had a Welsh Batman.
Oh, Batman. I thought you said bad man, like a
Oh
villain.
no no oh no I meant Batman. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know maybe in the future, like of course with the deep fake thing, maybe somebody would do it because they've done like Terminator with Stallone,
Yeah,
Sylvester.
yeah. I'm
So
not. I'm not a fan of deep fakes, to be honest.
oh no, there's
Just
some really good ones. You should. I mean, of course, I'm giving a shout out to a channel that probably doesn't know that we exist, but I love watching that stuff called Control Shift Face.
control
They
shift
have
face.
re Yeah,
No,
they have really
I
nice
don't
deep
like the
fakes.
idea of deep fakes. It scares me a little. How fucking good they're getting real quick. You know what I mean?
Shit is going to fall apart. That's technology for you. Like, good. We could
Yeah.
use it for good or bad. So just fuck it. Enjoy.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't be upset with deep fakes on like movies and stuff. Like that's essentially like the one of the pros for it is just we get to fuck around with some entertainment.
Let me make this go left field. Look on the bright side. There's going to be some nice porn that's going to come out of it. So, well, nice is
Okay,
relative, but
that was the set. How I met.
but
You know
okay.
what?
So
I have seen the light. I have seen the light.
I'm glad I could help you, bro. I'm glad I could help you.
Oh man.
Um, but yeah, pretty much you said everything. It was a nice. It was good to watch. At least it got me thinking about different things again. Like with choreography and all that stuff. Not trying to rehash what I already said, but I really loved that. Especially the fighting and the car chasing. That was really dope. But yeah, I guess I don't need to go over that.
No, yeah, agreed. I'm not. I don't find too many issues with the film other than the fact that it's just your generic action film. And again, that's not necessarily a dig. I'm not like if you enjoy that type of story,
Yeah.
that's right up your alley. It's good. They did it well. I definitely enjoyed things that you enjoyed, like that the car chase scene, and I can't get over that first shot where he falls in the water. I'm a sucker for those. Like I was a sucker for it in Superman. I was a sucker for it in Batman. I was a sucker for anybody falling from high distances. It's just my jam because it
With
gets.
that scene, sorry, go ahead and finish. I wanted to mention
Oh,
something about that scene.
I'm just a sucker for things falling from large altitudes because it gives them a shot. It gives the director a chance to play with the aerial shots or with just the shots in general, and it makes it very dynamic. Other than that, yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna just echo everything that has been said already. But go ahead.
Yeah, so for that shot, I noticed a little CGI in there.
There
I,
was.
I'm sorry, yeah, like how I noticed these weird things, like when he jumped for some reason, I was like, what's up with that CGI? So that kind of took me out of it. The another thing I didn't really like about the movie, or like about the story, which I mean, it's not that big of a
I'm
deal, but
sorry,
it was
but
just
I don't
something I
think they had
noticed.
CGI there, man. I mean, I'll go back
Okay,
and rewatch it, but maybe.
then the other thing I didn't like about it, which I mean wasn't a big deal, but was the kid, the clever and lucky kid, who shot him eventually. I mean I get that, when he slapped him silly, he got upset. That was the only thing that I thought was believable when he went over and he was venting to, his
And
father
cut off
figure, the
his finger.
gangster, and cut off his finger and whatever. But other than that, I didn't feel like that. I mean, I know it's based on a graphic novel, right? So
Is
maybe that
it?
kid, I haven't, yeah, it's based on a graphic novel. I don't know if that kid had a bigger role in the novel, but it did feel like there was no real need for that kid. Like he didn't have a story arc that was significant. He could have been taken out. Then also the dad who was I guess the henchman for Ovi's dad, the kidnapped kid's dad. Um, they kind of let us on that he was going to die earlier because of that phone call that he made to his family. They could have tidied up that part of the story because I mean, yes, we know that in movies like this, a guy like that, you'd be like, "Bruh, you're gonna die." But in this case, it's like when he calls his family, like at what point before, like probably an hour before the movie is going to die. I'm sorry, going to end, where he's like, "Oh, in case I don't make it tomorrow, one thing, like he calls his wife and then he talks to his kid and is like, hey, what's up, champ, or something like that. I'm like, bro, you're obviously gonna die. Why did they put this scene at this
What bugged
point?
me about that wasn't that part. What bugged me about that, where he says, "Take the money and disappear." Dude, if you have money and you can disappear, take your family and disappear. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I get why they had that call. I get what they were going for. So I'm not really angry at them. Dude was afraid that this drug dealer or whatever is going to come after his family. He's got some pull in the country. He's going to try to rescue the kid. There's a chance he might die. And he's like, "Look, if I don't make it, you guys be safe." It's just it falls under the theme of family, right? And then
yeah,
I get that. So it's yeah, the kid with the finger. Maybe the comics do have a deeper story for every character. I didn't feel like it was too out of place because they introduced the kid to show you how scummy the Bangladeshi drug dealer is. He's throwing kids off roofs or whatever. It
yeah,
shows you how there are kids without father figures that could fall into a life of crime because of the lack of a good father figure. So I get what they were going for there. I don't get how much anger you get from just some dude making a fool of you. The fact that you would cut off a finger and this and that. And you're like, this is a little extreme, but I get it. It's embellished. I don't know. I don't really fault them for anything that happened with that guy's character.
yeah. And I think the last thing that I know that I wanted to bring up, when we were talking about it was that it was funny. Like I like the fact that the motivation for each character, at least the prominent characters, was kind of was indirect. Like for Chris, yes, he had his, death wish, but he made
Trying
it
to save the
seem like
kid.
it was for the money. No, it wasn't for the kid. It was about like kind of
Oh,
like the
okay.
principles. Like, I mean, come on. I got into this for the money, and now they're gonna double cross me. Yeah, I could walk away, but it wasn't really that. Like he made it seem like that was what it was, but underneath it all, like his motivation was, that unresolved thing about fatherhood where he abandoned his kid when his kid probably might have needed him.
Right,
So it's
right,
like,
right.
okay, this is my shot at redemption.
Redeeming. Yep.
And then, kind of like the same thing with the other guy, the henchman. It's like, he's trying to it's like he's trying to steal this kid, he's kind of, rootless, just shooting, like basically being all violent, trying to do what he needs to do. But at the back of that all, it's like I'm killing these people, I'm double crossing these guys to save my family. Because the way the story kind of plays out is like it seemed like it was his idea. The guy who had the
Right,
family,
right. Asandru, yeah.
yeah, it was his idea because it was like, okay, Ovi's
I have a
dad
way to
couldn't
play
pay
it.
for
Yeah.
anything because it's exactly so. So that was a cool I'll say some depth that they added to it that was kind of cool. But that's those
Agreed.
are my thoughts on the movie, pretty
Agreed.
much.
Yeah, yeah. It was a chill film. If you have the time to kill, watch it. If you enjoy action flicks, go ahead and watch it. Chris Hemsworth is dope. A lot of the direction is dope. Well made film, classic action film. We will
Yeah.
come back with the platform. I think Monday is going to be uploaded. So tune in for that if you've
Okay.
seen the platform or if you're interested in the platform. And yeah, see you after that, guys. Thanks.
So after we're done and we took a look at, the video of the extraction review, we noticed, or at least I noticed on my part, that there was something very important to me that I wanted to bring up in the review that somehow in the midst of it all I forgot or I neglected to mention. That was the camera work. In addition to the choreography, um, the editing, the direction, the camera work, it has to be said that it was insane. And the camera work I'm talking about was particularly during the fight scenes, the hand-to-hand combat, and the car chase scenes. But the part that I left out was the camera work, and I wanted to use a certain scene to basically highlight why I thought that was exceptional. There was a scene where Ovi's dad's henchman, I'll call him that, um, the one with the son, the one that was involved in the double cross. Um, there was a part where he and Tyler were duking it out on the balcony, and and just the fight. So the camera work at that point just made it. Basically it seemed like, or it felt like you were involved in the fight because it wasn't just cutting away or quick. It wasn't like you saw the hits. You it was almost like, even with the sound design, you felt what was going on. And the part that even upped it a notch to me was when they fell off of the roof, and it felt like the camera person fell off with them and then got off the ground and still caught the fight, like the hits and everything. It just it in my point in my eyes, that was just exceptional. That's something that's pretty much all I can say that I left out unintentionally, and I just couldn't forgive myself for not including that in our review.